Hey y'all, let's get into it. With Claressa fighting K Scott, you should have just fought Face Shot Leah. She got a following too. I'm just saying. Y'all can say, well, she's a street fighter, da 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 da, whatever. Let's look at the footage.
Listen, hear me out, right? I keep telling these street bitches that I am y'all karma. Okay? I do this shit professional now with this boxing, but I was a hell of a street fighter. Still is. And I'd be so confused when a street fighter bitch come thinking she about to press me or say anything to me. I'm not one of them.
Big shots here against Shields with only 20 seconds to go. Abigail Montez mounted on Claressa Shields, pounding away. These are big punches from the top. Abigail Montez with a flurry of the 10-second copper sounds. Shields unable to escape from the back. And Abigail...
That don't look like no growth to me.
I feel like the only reason she was able to get a rise out of Claressa is because she's actually dropping these girls, but also Leah is Mexican, Samoan, and Black. We know how Claressa feel about these type of women. Okay?
Touch loves.
Oh my goodness. Beautiful Jones. That in fact was not a silly show. That was a...
With Claressa fighting K Scott, she should have just fought Shadisha Green. I don't understand. Or Hannah Gabriels again. But no, she wanted to fight Fran Shawn again because she knew she could beat Fran Shawn. I think it's also interesting that Abigail Montez, she beat Claressa Shields in MMA, in that MMA match, followed her, and Amanda Serrano reached out to Face Shot Leah and messaged her. That speaks volumes to me. Why not just fight her? Accept the challenge. But unfortunately, she won't. Anyways, I want to show y'all how sneaky y'all friend is, okay? Because y'all be looking past stuff and be overhyping a lot. And because you're overhyping a lot concerning Claressa, you're missing the clues, you're missing the motives, you're missing her intentions, okay? So a few, not a lot, but a few of y'all feel like I'm just making up stuff of Claressa going in secret and talking to coaches and trainers about not wanting to train me. So now certain people don't want to train me because they're listening to Claressa. And like I said, that's just making my job easier because I don't want some coach training me and you can't think for yourself anyway. That's embarrassing, especially if you're a grown man. I don't know, something about it is just sassy. So anyways, some of y'all feel like I'm just making up stuff or whatever the case is, right? No, I'm not. I'm gonna say it again. Claressa has been speaking to coaches and trainers, going to gyms to make sure nobody trains me. And like I said, if I'm a nobody, then why do all of that? We're not even in the same division. But hey, if we were to fight at 147, I could still pull your muffin cap back. And so, like I said, if you feel like someone is a bum, why do all of that? It's just giving that you feel like I'm a threat to you. And I am. Now, here's the thing. Y'all be overlooking stuff. Let's look at this video again, okay?
Really know you, Alicia. Niggas that really ran through you, nigga. Stop it, nigga. Sonny Fredrickson ran through you. Bunny ran through you.
Robert Easter.
Ran through you, boy. Hold on. Dominique Dawson ran through you. Hold on. Montana Love ran through you. Montana Love ran through you.
Now, why am I bringing up Montana Love? I told y'all Claressa is sneaky. Let's watch this next video. That's Montana Love. Do y'all see this? She does this for a reason. So you're trying to like get your shade or throw some weird stuff towards Alicia without really saying anything. This is how females act. And unfortunately, you have some men that has female tendencies. And so this was very sassy coming from his part. But come on now. And then y'all be overhyping everything. They're doing the same combo over and over and over again. And then when you're actually a real coach, that's why I don't like these young coaches now. When you are a real coach and you're doing mid-work, the whole point of mid-work is to fine-tune some things. When you're actually throwing a hook at the fighter, they better catch it or duck. It's real reaction time so that when you get in the ring, you know what to do. Of course, you're going to get that from sparring, but that's the whole point of mid-work as well. This is the stuff I be talking about. Doing things for attention. And I don't care if it's just for a video. That's a hot mess. Do y'all see the same combo that was done over and over and over again? And then the little dance, that don't even matter. That's not real mid-work. Bring back the OGs. Bring back the OGs, okay? That really know how to do mid-work to the point you feel a little nervous because you don't know what's going to come. That's the whole point of mid-work. You don't really know. They may tell you, we're going to work on this, we're going to work on some hooks, we're going to work on that jab, we're going to work on stuff that you're supposed to actually be working on. That's the problem. That's why boxing is starting to go downhill now. That's why boxing is really not the same anymore, because everybody want to be sassy and not focus on the craft. I guarantee you this video was nothing but a come at to Alicia. And it's not a reach because, like I said, I know how Claressa is. I wouldn't be surprised if she hit him up, or maybe he hit her up, because once again, female tendencies. And come on now, this happens. This does happen in boxing. I've seen it with other men. Unfortunately, I've seen it with other people, but I know how Claressa is. So y'all, pay attention, okay? Now, she's fighting this lady, Kay Scott. This woman is 6 years younger than Layla Ali, but you call Layla Ali a grandma, and I'm still trying to figure out, if you call Layla Ali a grandma, then what is Pat? Because they're literally the same age. Still really confused on that as well, because you used to call my dad dad, and him and Pat are literally 3 days apart. Literally 3 days apart. So I'm just like, it's really not, it's just too much going on. Okay. Now, Hood Champ Boxing said it best. So let's take a look at what he had to say.
Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. Claressa Shields is fighting Kay Scott. She got 7 fights from Australia, 42 years old. She's a unified champion at 160. So Claressa coming down to 160. Her team probably just wants her to be comfortable with this weight difference from her weighing 200 plus pounds, coming down to 160 in a low threat fight with a champion. So across the board, it's a win for Claressa. Only so much hating you can do on her when she's fighting a unified champion. But this is the thing. Man, I ain't trying to be a pessimist, man. I just got to keep it real, though. Expect a bullshit promotion. The fight's in August. We're almost in July. Claressa ain't talking about she in training camp. The training camp probably just now starting. You know what I'm saying? But this is the shit. When you say, why you expect a bullshit promotion? What did you get when you saw her fight Franchon this last time? The promotion was one-sided. Franchon got treated like shit. But Franchon was signed to Dimitri Salita Promotions. Kay Scott is signed to Dimitri Salita Promotions. So what they're doing is they're hiring from within. So Claressa can get out here and rant and rave about how she's not banned from anything. Okay, MVP banned you from their events. But I'm not convinced that you haven't been, blacklisted by promoters and that you haven't become a Nowherean, because Dimitri Salita has you fighting fighters from within his stable. Now, PBC has done it. You've seen Top Rank do it. So I can't totally knock it. But when I look at the timing of everything and where you are, with everything Claressa Shields has accomplished, she should be able to go and fight other women from other platforms. But I just think they're doing it from within because there's no outlet. And to be honest with you, fighting from within keeps things safe. I think they're hoping for a knockout. They're going to sit here and run with this and try to sit there and sell these wolf tickets like this right here is going to be the greatest show on earth. It's not. As far as 20,000 tickets in Atlanta, I hope they sell that because, I ain't never rooting for someone to fail. But I don't know if they're going to get to 20 when the word on the street is in Detroit. She said 18, and people out there saying, no, she ain't even get 30. She got more like 13. So I don't know what the deal is. But we're going to find out if people are really supporting Claressa or not supporting her. Because in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? If she can't get, 20,000 to support her, mostly black people, then that means she's really burnt bridges.
And he said that very well. Exactly. Because you're saying 20,000. Let me tell you something. You are burning bridges with these YouTube bloggers, okay? And some of them really do focus on boxing content. The reason why a lot of people are just making videos about you right now is because you're a constant disturbance in boxing. And if certain things just don't get addressed, then I really do believe that there cannot be no solution. But let me tell you this, boxing ego, first of all, most of his videos get about 20,000. But you're calling these people a nobody and all this other stuff. They're broke. They're making their bag. Boxing ego don't even have to work a 9 to 5 anymore because he can really just do YouTube. And he's been doing this for about close to over 15 years now. So people knew about ego before they knew about you. Boxing ego is getting sponsors. What are you getting? And let me tell you this. When I saw Boxing Ego's thumbnail, I saw the Dole on her shirt. I said, so they sponsor her because when you see a fighter come out for a fight, you're going to see who's sponsoring them on who's basically the logos on their outfit. I haven't been seeing any logos but Win Records. Okay, so I just wonder why are they not sponsoring you anymore? I think that's self-explanatory. But you're burning bridges. Boxing Ego had you on the show, interviewed you, did him dirty. You want to talk bad about people like Punch Drunk Boxing. These people are getting 20,000 or more views on most of their videos. Y'all can go take a look. They're getting the people that you need to be attending at your fights. And here's something that people do not understand, okay? You are in the comment section sending a link to everyone, to my son. Yeah, I'm going to send a link to you. Every single time somebody comment, you're like, check your inbox. So you're working overtime to do that. Only professional fighters that's just starting to get their feet wet with professional boxing do that. But they're selling physical tickets. It's the same to me. Now, if Alicia Baumgartner or Amanda Serrano or if Katie Taylor was still fighting and they put out that they're fighting, they don't have to do all of that. They may have a little promo code up there, but they're not working overtime like, hey, answer your DM, click the link. They don't have to do that because they're likable. They're likable, they're humble, people support. They're like, oh man, I'm going. So that's what I'm saying. Like, humility is going to save you big time. But if you think you're above the program, we have a problem. And I just think that's something that people are missing. Like I said, I'll say it again, some people don't know how professional boxing really work. Majority of the time with some professional fighters, when they start off and they turn pro, they don't sign with Top Rank. They don't sign with DAZN. They don't sign with these promotions because they don't have the opportunity to. So some of these people may be like, you know what, my record is 15-0. Let's just say if their record is 15-0. My record is 15-0 with amateur boxing. Okay, I want to turn pro right now. I know I ain't win no big tournament. I know I ain't win nationals. I've never even been in nationals. Because some people, they may have only just went to 15 local shows to box. Well, when they turn pro, they may turn pro with the local boxing promotion because that's their only option. So when they turn pro with that local boxing promotion that nobody really knows about, They have to sell their tickets. So let's say they got like 150 tickets in their hand. Let's just say that they have to sell all those tickets because that's part of their money. That's going to be a part of their purse. Okay, so that's what they have to do. They have to work overtime. Plus, majority of these professional fighters, when they start in the beginning and they don't have the opportunity as Claressa has had, then they still have to work a 9 to 5. So some people may call them and be like, hey, I want to come to your fight. All right, on my lunch break, let me get to you. I got a 30-minute or hour-long lunch break. Meet me here. And because that's their money. Brian Norman is one of these people, y'all. He's definitely one of these people. I watched him fight in Atlanta, Buckhead Fight Club. And let me tell you, I think it's amazing to see him fight with Top Rank now. When I've seen him fight locally at the Buckhead Fight Club, I think that's amazing. So that's the reality for those type of people that don't have the same up and coming like she does. You are not really taking advantage of that. You are really not grateful enough for that. Your plan. I don't even think she really want to box. I think you just want to be like a baddie and be relevant and be seen on TV, whatever the case is. But this is just terrible. But you know what? I'm going to say this. Kay Scott is 42 years old. And you know what? It only takes a lucky shot. You think you're sitting there, and I'm calling it. I don't care. You're sitting there thinking this is an easy way out. You're cherry picking. Okay? What if she dropped you? I'm just saying, it happens. The person could not have the most skill. The person could not have the best like pedigree and everything. It only takes one lucky shot. She may be shocked herself. She may start crying. Hey, she may start a little Food Network channel after. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, you sitting there thinking you're taking the easy way out. Whole time you just may get dropped. It may happen. Anybody can say it's a reach, but I've seen it before. These fighters get cocky. They think they are untouched. They think can't nobody beat them. Oh, she ain't nobody. I'll beat the brakes off of her, whatever. It only takes one lucky shot. I'm just saying. I'm very open-minded when it comes to these things. So that's all I have to say. I hope this opened y'all eyes up just a little bit more. But this is ridiculous. You're literally embarrassing us again. Also, I will still be putting out the live that I'm going to do a commentary on. But just let me cook, y'all. Let me slow cook. I got some proof being sent to me. Okay, since we want to lie on Jada. Okay, so stay tuned for that. And I'll see you in my next video.